What has this trip to Lexington meant to you this year?
This year has definitely been different than all the other years. Normally I'm used to working with just the kids, like the younger kids, and I've never worked with the teens before. You know, I may have talked to a couple of them, but I've never really got to know any of them besides Cody. And, you know, this year, it really made me want to pursue what I want to do in life. And, you know, they're just a great group of kids. There's a lot that still can be done even though we're leaving those kids, and you know, I'm looking forward to keeping in contact with them. And, I guess the spot.
What has this trip to Lexington, Virginia meant to you?
This trip to Lexington means that well, it's my first mission trip, so I was really excited about it in the first place, but getting to know all the kids, I guess it's a lot different than whenever you're just getting told about how good mission trips are, and whenever you're actually experiencing it with them and seeing their faces light up, it's really, really awesome to know how blessed we are and how much we have, and especially our youth group and our church family is awesome. It also means a lot because how they're suffering from that major loss that they just had with Jaden, and knowing we could be here to help them, I mean, nothing else could have made them more happy, and I mean, I don't think they could have felt another sense of what they did this week, and I'll never forget this trip to Lexington. One, because it was my first mission trip. Two, because we had such a great bond with the children, and I got baptized again, and I don't think it's just been an awesome trip. I definitely needed it, and I felt that it was really good for me and everyone else that came.
What has this trip to Lexington meant to you this year?
Well, this year has definitely been my favorite year, even though I've only been one other year. And it's helped me a lot spiritually because, not only did I get to know the children there and all the people here in Lexington, but I've gotten a lot closer to my youth group, and it's helped me. I just feel I can't really describe how I feel right now. I feel really happy.
Good. What's this trip to Lexington meant to you this year?
This trip to Lexington this year, it's meant so much to me, and I've never been on a mission trip before, and so this is my first year coming to Lexington, and I really enjoyed going to VBS and getting to know all the kids, and it's meant so much to me that I could grow so much in the kids' hearts, and I could grow closer to them, and I could make an impact in their lives. And it's nice to know that we could come and we could be with the kids, and they would be spiritually lifted, and they could grow better. And next year I would definitely like to come back and just be with them again. And I mean, my church group, it's great to know that I have one, because at Lexington they don't have like a big church or whatever, I mean a big youth group. So it's nice to know that I have my youth group, and I've grown spiritually with them better, and it's just been really great to me because, I mean, just the biggest impact it's made on my life, and it's changed me so many ways. And so.
What's the trip to Lexington meant to you this year?
This year has been my favorite. This is my third year going, and I didn't know exactly if I was going to get to make it this trip or not. I always wanted to, but I had plans to go somewhere else until I found out the news about Jaden, and I instantly, the moment I heard about that, said I had to come here, not only for the congregation here, but for me. And this year I came more motivated than ever to not only help heal the congregation, but to help teach the teen class my second year. And I just tried as hard as I could, and I feel like I've helped them grow, and me and myself also grow more spiritually and closer to God.
Thank you. What's this trip to Lexington meant to you this year?
This trip to Lexington, it's meant a lot. I mean, this is my third year coming, and ever since my first year, for the past 2 years, I've really been looking forward to it. And this year, the past couple of years, I've had the opportunity to work outside with the kids, and I got to see everyone. But this year, I got to help with the teen class and focus on one group of people, and that helped me grow a lot closer to the people who came to VBS, and it's just meant a lot to me, and it's helped me grow spiritually.
What has this trip to Lexington, Virginia meant to you this year?
Well, it's my first mission trip, and it meant a lot to bond with all the kids, especially Cody and Durham, after the loss of their sister. But this year, I definitely gained more out of it than I put in, because I saw everyone who was working hard, and it's really inspired me to work harder and put more into my faith and working with the kids.
What has this trip to Lexington meant to you this year?
This year, this is my first mission trip, and it's my first year, and I was expecting something good, and I'm coming home with something way better than something better than I couldn't even think about, something going home feeling like this. And it's kind of hard to explain, but having 2 new sisters in Christ, and my eyes have been opened a whole lot with what's out there, hearing a lot of stories about people in the Lexington Church of Christ congregation, and I've loved getting to know the kids, and it was really hard some days and some moments, but now that I look back at it, those have been the best moments, and this is my favorite trip out of this whole entire summer. It's meant a whole lot to me, and I'm going home changed big time, and closer to God and closer to my youth group. I've seen them do a lot of amazing things. All the girls taking time to teach a kids class, and seeing the guys just really being leaders and having a lot of fun playing with the kids and playing games with each other. It's just been a really fun trip, and I put as much as I could into it, but I've gotten a whole lot, in return, and it's just been the best trip, and I would encourage everybody in our youth group to be able to go on this.
What has this trip to Lexington, Virginia meant to you?
Well, I was a first timer on this trip, and I'd heard a lot of good things about it, but I still didn't really know how good it really was. I just thought we were coming down here to do a VBS and just thought it'd be real simple, and it was easy to do, but it's going to be harder to leave because we've grown so close to these kids that really need us here because they don't have the same privileges we do in our youth group. And we just need to show them comfort, especially in this time when they've lost a young person in their congregation. But just rallying around their group here really helps them, and we feel the love ourselves.
What has the trip to Lexington meant to you this year?
Well, the kids really touched my heart. Teaching the preschool was amazing, and the first night they were really quiet, didn't really want to talk to us. Then the next night they opened up a little more, and then the next night a little more, and it was really great to see how happy VBS made them. And then when we went to Jaden's grave, it really made me hurt for the Lexington congregation, and I can't imagine what they are going through, and it made me hurt for all the kids in the congregation. And this trip has also made me realize how blessed we are to have such a big church and such a strong youth group. And I feel like I've gotten to see kind of a different side of everybody, and been able to get closer to my youth group.
What has this trip to Lexington meant to you?
I've been to Lexington twice. This is my second year. And I have to say that this trip has been the best. People come here thinking it's just going to be really easy, but they don't understand that there's a lot of work put into it. And a lot of people back where we're from take a lot of the stuff that we have for granted. And here they don't have anything that we have. So it's hard coming here, and it's really hard to leave because you make such great bonds with everyone, adults, kids, and the youth group especially. I've bonded pretty good with the youth group, so I feel pretty confident about that. So I think that people need to realize that if there's an opportunity like this, you should go, because I didn't really want to go this year, but I decided to, and I'm glad I did because I've changed. I feel better spiritually, and that congregation's hurting bad with the loss of Jaden and the other little girl. So I hurt for everyone there, and friends, family.
What has this trip to Lexington meant to you this year?
It's really hard to put into words, but I know that all our hearts have been changed. I feel that coming here and meeting these people and teaching these classes and growing closer to each other, any mask we may wear at home just comes off, and we become so much more real with ourselves and with each other. And I feel like that allows us to rely on God way more and to do His work way more.
What has this trip to Lexington meant to you this year?
It's meant a lot, because even though a church that was hurting, it still opened up and let us have VBS. And even though the kids were hurting because they lost their friend, they still smiled when they saw our faces, because they remembered most of us, and they welcomed the newcomers. And seeing them smile, even though they were hurting, was beautiful.
What has this trip to Lexington meant to you this year?
Well, this has been my second year coming to Lexington, Virginia, and I remember first off from the first week of the first year of Lexington this year, I had to come. It was something that I knew that I had to do, and I knew that if I couldn't do anything this summer, this will be the one thing that I have to do. Lexington means a lot to me because it's to where you can get out of your shell. You don't have your people back at home trying to pull you in to do things that you may not should do, and you can show your spirit within God. You can show who you are, and you can just be yourself. This year was really tough and hard because we lost one of our members here at Lexington, Jaden, that passed away. And you could tell that a bunch of the people from Lexington are hurting. And it's hard to know, I guess, exactly what to say to them and what to do to help them. But it's like you have to be there for them and you have to help them. But this experience has been good for me, I believe, and I believe it is to where I know I can always feel welcomed coming here.
What has this trip to Lexington meant to you this year?
Well, this is my first mission trip and first year. I really liked it, just seeing all the kids' faces light up when they were singing songs and doing stuff for Jesus. And it made me really think about like what I was gonna do, and it made me think that that for me to help them, I should help myself first. And so I got baptized, and I'm glad that I did. And and I'll definitely come back next year if we have it next year.
Sound great. What has this trip to Lexington meant to you this year?
The trip to Lexington, this is my second year coming, and last year I really didn't feel like I made an impact like I should have. And I was debating up until the very last couple of days to come or not. And I called Jerry and I told him that I would be coming. I didn't know if it was the right decision at the time, but now I see that I have enjoyed every single minute of it, and I feel that I've made an impact, and I feel that I've had a bigger impact made on me through the Lexington congregation, for the love that they have shown for each other and the strength and the courage that they've had to help each other through this trial that they're going through. It has really given me the motivation to go back home and to try my hardest to get people to come to church and enjoy the love that God can give you, and the love that He has renewed in me this week.